Imagine sitting across from a 90-year-old woman who still walks independently, thinks clearly, and lives without constant medical support. When people ask her the secret, she doesn't talk about strict diets or expensive supplements. She talks about simple foods she has eaten consistently for decades. As a senior health advisor, I want to explain why those foods matter, not as magic items, but because science helps us understand how certain foods quietly support the aging body over many years. Longevity is rarely about extremes. It is about patterns repeated calmly, day after day. The first food she eats regularly is eggs. Eggs are one of the most researched foods when it comes to aging muscles and brain health. As we age, the body becomes less efficient at using protein. Research published in journals like the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition shows that older adults need higher quality protein signals to maintain muscle mass. Eggs provide complete protein with all essential amino acids, including leucine, which directly stimulates muscle protein synthesis. This matters because muscle loss after 60 increases fall risk, weakness, and loss of independence. Eggs are also easy to chew and digest, which is crucial for seniors whose appetite and digestion have slowed. Beyond muscle, eggs contain choline, a nutrient essential for brain cell communication. Long-term observational studies associate adequate choline intake with better cognitive aging. When a 90-year-old eats eggs regularly, she is not eating for calories. She is giving her body efficient building blocks it can still use even at an advanced age. The second food she relies on is fish, especially small fatty fish like sardines. From a medical standpoint, sardines are one of the most powerful longevity foods for seniors. They provide high-quality protein, but more importantly, they are rich in omega-3 fatty acids. Research published in Clinical Nutrition and the Journal of Gerontology shows that omega-3s improve muscle response to protein and reduce age-related inflammation. Chronic low-grade inflammation is one of the hidden drivers of aging. It affects blood vessels, joints, and even brain health. Omega-3s help calm this inflammation, supporting better circulation and joint comfort. Sardines also provide vitamin D and calcium, which together support bone strength. Studies consistently show that seniors who consume fish regularly have lower rates of cardiovascular disease and better physical function. For a 90-year-old, sardines are not just food. They are daily protection for the heart, muscles, and brain. The third food she eats often is fermented foods, especially yogurt or fermented soy, such as natto. While natto is traditional in Japan, the principle applies globally. Fermented foods support gut health. Research increasingly shows that the gut plays a major role in aging, immunity, and even mental clarity. Studies published in Nature and Frontiers in Aging show that a healthy gut microbiome is associated with reduced inflammation and better metabolic health in older adults. Fermented foods introduce beneficial bacteria that improve digestion and nutrient absorption. This matters greatly for seniors because even the best diet fails if nutrients are not absorbed properly. Yogurt provides protein and calcium, while fermented soy provides vitamin K2, which helps direct calcium into bones instead of arteries. This combination supports bone strength and vascular health, two areas that often decline with age. For a 90-year-old, fermented foods quietly help the body make better use of everything else she eats. What is important to understand is not just the foods themselves, but the pattern. This woman does not overeat. She eats small portions consistently. She does not chase trends. She eats foods her body recognizes and tolerates well. Scientific research on longevity repeatedly shows that dietary consistency matters more than perfection. The body adapts to regular, predictable nourishment. Sudden extreme diets stress the system, especially in old age. Studies of long-lived populations show that simple diets built around protein, healthy fats, and gut-supportive foods lead to better functional aging. Another key point is timing and simplicity. Many long-lived seniors eat similar foods day after day. This reduces digestive stress and helps maintain stable blood sugar levels. Research shows that blood sugar stability is strongly linked to cognitive health and energy levels in older adults. Eggs in the morning, fish during the day, and fermented foods regularly create a rhythm the body can rely on. This rhythm supports hormones, muscle repair, and sleep quality. I want to be clear, no single food makes someone live to 90. Longevity comes from movement, social connection, stress management, and genetics. But nutrition plays a powerful supporting role. The foods this 90-year-old eats are not exotic. They are accessible, affordable, and supported by decades of scientific research. They provide protein the aging body can use, fats that protect the brain and heart, and bacteria that keep the digestive system working efficiently. If there is one lesson to take from this, it is this. Eating well for old age is not about eating less, and it is not about eating more. It is about eating right. Foods that nourish without exhausting the body. Consistency beats intensity. Simplicity beats complexity. When seniors choose foods that support muscles, bones, brain, and gut health, they are not just adding years to life, but life to years. As a doctor, I also want to explain something most people misunderstand about very old age. When we look at people who reach their late 80s and 90s with relatively good function, we often assume they have extraordinary genetics or followed perfect diets. Genetics do play a role, but research shows that daily biological stress matters just as much. The body of a 90-year-old is extremely sensitive to stress, not only emotional stress, but metabolic stress from food that is difficult to digest, causes inflammation, or spikes blood sugar. The foods this woman eats regularly are gentle on the body. They create very little metabolic chaos. Eggs, fish, and fermented foods are all examples of foods that the aging digestive system can process efficiently without excessive insulin release or inflammatory response. Over decades, this reduced stress adds up. The body spends less time repairing damage and more time maintaining function. Another important reason these foods matter is protein distribution across the day. Research in geriatric nutrition shows that older adults often eat most of their protein in one meal, usually lunch or dinner, while breakfast is light or skipped. This pattern leads to muscle breakdown during long fasting periods. In contrast, long-lived seniors often eat small amounts of protein at each meal. An egg in the morning, a bit of fish later in the day, and fermented foods with protein content spread across meals provide the muscles with repeated repair signals. Studies show that muscle protein synthesis in older adults responds better to repeated moderate protein intake than to one large dose. This pattern helps preserve muscle mass, balance, and walking ability over time. If you found this helpful, consider sharing it with someone you care about. Subscribe to Health Signals for calm, research-based health education focused on healthy aging, strength, and independence.